I'm sorry to tell you that I have no idea when it'll be over. Well, music stopped, I think, now. Yeah, maybe. Maybe? Yeah, sure. We'll see if that makes a difference. Maybe turn me up? I'm pretty sure I'm at full volume. Are you still having trouble hearing me? Like, are you having trouble hearing me? Buttercup, are you having trouble hearing me as well? I'm fine? Alright. Because, yeah, I don't think I actually can turn up the volume on my, my camera. It's just already set to, like, full volume. I have been contemplating, with that $1,000 that Shelly sent me last night, I am considering getting a new camera. I do need to get a new headset. Might need to order online, because last time I was at Staples, this was the only USB headset they had. Or not USB, this is like the only one that, non-USB one, actually. You ate a torta yesterday? This was like the only one that jacks into an audio port. And it's shit. So I do need to get a new headset. Might not be a bad idea to get a slightly better camera as well. My laptop? No, it's a USB camera. This laptop does not come with a built-in camera. It is a Logi. Same brand as my headset. Logi, whatever. Plugs into USB. Is basically the cheapest one on the market, and or cheapest one. The cheapest one I could find. It cheapest one at Staples. Just like the cheapest cheapest cameras Staples had. I do like rest it on top. I do rest it on top of my laptop. When I use it, when I'm using it, but blow guy. Maybe later. Maybe later. We got a couple hours of this shit first. And also thank you once again to Kogado Studio for providing me a code for this game. I do that a lot, actually. It's just adjusting it. Because I don't know. I don't like to have it, like, 3 feet above my head, you know? Which head? The one that gets me in trouble. Meaning this one. Exactly, the one you can see. give it a couple more minutes to see if Shelly gets here. So I was just about to say, give it a couple minutes to see if Shelly gets here. Because she's about the only other one who's usually a regular for the gaming streams. Yeah. I guess we'll just need to catch Shelly up once she does get here. Doubt she'll miss anything too important. Too interesting. Download the code matrix so you know which sequence to use and what it do. Like for Steam, you mean? I just like copy and paste the download code. Alright. And Cyberpunk? Oh, like the hacking in Cyberpunk? How do I explain it? I mean, you can do all three. Like, you can usually get all three of the things. So yeah, it'll have like, I don't even remember what the digits are, but it'll have like C1, E9, FF. Yeah, it'll have like, it'll have those, or yeah, 1C, E9, FF. 5-5. So, like, you might need to get, like, like, to get, like, the best rewards. You might need to do, you might need to link 1C, 55, 1C to get the best reward. But you have to go, like, you have to start in the top row. So yeah, you have to start in the top row. So you click something in the top row, and then you go down that column. You have to go down that column to the next one. And then once you click that, it has to be in that row. And then column, row, column. So yeah, you have to go like, you know, row, column, row, column, row, column. It's like do, 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 do. And then, you know, there'll be one set of codes that gives the best rewards, next one gives middle rewards, next one gives lowest rewards. So you have to figure out how to get, you know, maximize the rewards so you can try to get all 3 sets of rewards. Anyway, back to the game. Old Wing, back to the Old Wing again. So I was confused. I finished eating, and before I knew it, I found myself heading towards the Old Wing once again. I couldn't hear any singing, but if I played my Fortell for a while, it would soon be the time that Lise would arrive. We had made no agreement to meet, and there was no guarantee that I could do an ensemble with her. And on top of that, she wouldn't have been coming here every single day either. Nevertheless, I headed to the music rooms. Of course, I made a point of not choosing the room that Lise always used. But hoping that I could hear her voice if she came, I chose the room that was next to hers. I had no reason to rush, so I leisurely set up my Fortell and lazily placed my fingers on the keyboard. However, I enjoyed playing the Fortell in itself, so I soon found myself motivated to play. As for the song, it wasn't a hard choice considering that I was here now. It's very pretty. It's a very pretty song, I find. It reminds me of something, but damned if I know what. Actually, not sure what it is, but there's something about it that, in a weird way, reminds me of Smiles and Tears. The song that plays over the closing credits of the game Earthbound. Oh, Chad is just hunk. Yep. And then you had to go and ruin it, Buttercup. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. But there's something about that song, parts of it in particular, that just kind of make me think of the song that plays over the closing credits of Earthbound. Which is a fucking amazing song, by the way. Smiles and Tears from the Earthbound soundtrack. Fucking incredible. Just an absolutely incredible piece of music. Anyway, as it was my second time to play it, I did much better this time around. Although I didn't have a score for it, the music was mostly in my memory. Truth be told, it wasn't the kind of song that left a strong impression. Even so, it was easy to recall Lisa's voice singing it, and thanks to that I never forgot how the song went. I might just play it one more time. And at that moment I remembered that last time Lisa was standing behind me watching, so I decided to turn around. Ah. Our eyes met, and we both froze in place. Hey. Good afternoon. Hi, Shelly. You didn't miss much. We just finished playing her song, and she's just, like, right behind us. Watching us. With those enormous eyes of hers. So yeah, we just did a run-through of her song, and I was thinking that it reminded me, for some reason, of the song that plays over the closing credits of Earthbound. An absolutely incredible piece of music. Maybe I should do a Patreon video on, like, my favorite pieces of video game music. Good afternoon. Although surprised, Lisa exchanged pleasantries and then blushed as if she remembered what happened last time.
失礼しました。
I'm sorry, excuse me. I was certain to get used to seeing her run off. I thought about playing again, and the song was, of course, going to be the same one. After repeating the parts that I had felt were incomplete, I noticed I could faintly hear a voice singing. As if right in the corner of the classroom. Listening to that voice, I started to play my fortel in time with it. I had the feeling that if I tried it now, she wouldn't panic. For a split second, her voice stopped, but immediately began to sing again. That made me so happy, and the time we spent playing was so much fun that I lost track of how many times we rehearsed. Even though I couldn't see her on the other side of the wall, every time we finished the song she would catch her breath and wait for me to start playing my fortel again. I thought I may have been imagining it, but when I tried leaving a longer gap between songs, the result was the same. I guess this counted as having done an ensemble with her then. I thought that I could hear Lisa breathing now from the other side of the thin wall. If I closed my eyes, it almost felt as if she was standing right there as she sang. Okay, I'm beat. Mysterious. She has social anxiety, clearly. It was starting to get dark outside, which told me that we'd been practicing for some time. What I was doing still had nothing to do with the graduation recital, but perhaps that would change in the future. It had taken us this long just to do an ensemble together, so I wondered if it would actually even be possible to have her be my graduation recital partner. Of course, I hadn't decided if I wanted her to be my partner or not yet. However, there was something enchanting about her voice, and I had been going over it in my head and felt that she would have been a fine choice. Furthermore, seeing the way she acted with such little confidence, I felt that she needed to realize that she was much more capable than she seemed to think. Why had she been so hesitant to do even a simple rehearsal? Her voice was quite frankly wonderful. She looked like she was really enjoying herself when she sang, and after rehearsing with her just now, I realized that she just purely enjoys it. In that case, why didn't she want to perform? I wasn't able to go and ask her directly, and yet I didn't want to just leave her be either. Even though I couldn't talk to Lisa that much, just rehearsing like we did earlier made me feel that she would slowly start to change. Even I thought it was a pretty roundabout way of doing things, and it was rare for me to be this interested in someone else's affairs. But I had to say that I was enjoying this too. Well then. God damn it. Need to move again. Lisa had stopped singing some time ago. I wonder if she'd already gone home. I too decided to go home and began folding up my fortel stand. I'd done it a countless number of times now, and could probably have done it with my eyes closed. Letting my hands do the work, I looked around the music room. I had heard that it was only cleaned about once a month, but I guess since people rarely came here in the first place, it didn't seem that dirty at all. However, I suppose it did leave the impression that it was quite old. The walls were so thin that every sound in the next room could be heard. Although it was thanks to those thin walls that I was able to have so much fun today. In the beginning, I had thought that it wouldn't be a good environment for classes, but now I felt that perhaps it had its own charm. If you listened carefully, actually, even if you didn't try to listen at all, it was the kind of place where you could have always heard music coming from other rooms. Their music will unite them. That's the hope. It was true that the facilities were inferior to what we had now, but I felt the students back in those days had enjoyed it the way it was. I guess I'll call it a day. I packed up the stand and put my fortel in its case. I shut the case properly so that the rain wouldn't leak in, and slung it over my shoulder. Glory hole. For the glory of the music! I hadn't used any scores either, so all that was left was to carry my bag. When I stood up and went to walk towards the door, I noticed that Lisa was there again. Her facial expression was still one of nervousness. Even so, she didn't show any signs of being surprised at me noticing her presence. It was safe to say that she had been waiting for me. I wasn't expecting to be able to have an intimate chat with her, but I hoped we could at least talk a little, so I started off in a friendly manner. That was good.
Hi.
Yes. Thanks for today. I know I just started playing like that, but it was fun. Did I bother you?
いえ、そんなことはないんですけど。
No, you didn't bother me at all. Sorry I couldn't play so well.
いえ、そんなことはなかったです。
No, that's not true at all. Really? Why, thank you. And then, for a few moments, the two of us remained silent. I mean, you could tell her that her singing was beautiful. Lisa seemed to be looking for words. I waited patiently for her to speak. And then, the words that came from her mouth were not entirely different to what I had imagined.
先輩はどうしてここに？
Why do you come here? To be honest, I didn't feel like beating around the bush or trying to say something else just to make her relax. I've been coming here because I wanted to do an ensemble with you. I've wanted to ever since I first heard you sing. Did I make you feel uncomfortable?
いえ。
No. Lise turned away briefly in a moment of hesitation and then spoke clearly.
嫌じゃありません。
You didn't make me feel uncomfortable. Okay, that's good to hear.
失礼します。
I'll be going now. Hey, Lisa?
はい。
Yes? Are you going to be here again tomorrow?
いえ。
No.
今週はちょっと他の用事がありますから。
I have other things I must do this week. Saying only that, Lise then ran off. Okay then. She's so timid. Indeed. Social anxiety's a bitch. I guess that meant that it was okay for me to come here? I suppose my assumption was a little self-serving, but I decided to try coming back again next week. Phew! I quickly dried my hair and immediately got into bed. Today was just another day, and it was coming to an end. Despite the fact I had something very important to do, which was finding a partner for the recital, I was feeling content with my through-the-wall ensembles.
もう寝ちゃうの？
Going to bed already? Sitting in her usual place, Forney looked bored as she swung her legs. Yeah, I feel a bit tired. I wasn't entirely sleepy, but I didn't have the energy to deal with Forney. Just like Katana.
ねえ、クリス。
So do you think we should be treating her like Katana? Like that's how to get her to warm up? Just like hold out her hand. Maybe lay out some temptations. It's the way to get her to ease up. She'll be back with this specially written song, I think. Her head rubs and yeah. Chris. What is it?
退屈なんだけど。
I'm bored! Flutter. That must be terrible.
少しは構ってあげようとか思わない？
You don't think you should give me a little attention? Nah. Forney fluttered around in circles above my head. That was her way of protesting, but I had my own pace and my own feelings. You don't think you should let a tired person rest? Nah. So we're at an impasse here. The silence continued for a few moments. It seemed that she had given up as she flew off somewhere. I could tell that was going to lead to what she did next. But since I was laying in bed... Since I was laying in bed, there was nothing I could do to stop her.
最近クリスは冷たいと。
Chris is so distant recently. I wasn't sure how she had managed to do it, but she had removed my letter opener from the drawer and was scratching words onto the wall. Given no other choice, I dragged myself out of bed and grabbed Forney.
最近クリスは乱暴すると。
Chris is so rough recently. Okay, I'm up, so could you stop doing that?
クリスはちょっぴり優しいと。
Chris is kind of nice. Kind of, huh? Was it too much to ask to have my feelings reflected since I was the one being bothered? So, this is what I did today. I told Forney about what I had done today, and after that another typical day came to an end. Forney's kind of a brat. I kind of like her. I headed to the far end of the hallway connecting the practice rooms, to the place I was to meet Fowl. Now that I think about it, I only had a few experiences of rehearsing with someone that I barely knew. Freaking little sidekick. Yeah, just carving on the wall. Alright. Hey, Huck! What language do they speak in Symphonic? So, the game is originally from Japan, so the characters are speaking Japanese, but I think it's supposed to be set in... It's a fictional world. Closest might be Italian? Anyway, we did do this last week, so I'm just gonna skip through. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip through this because we did actually do this one last week, and then I sort of reloaded an earlier save. Sadly, can't skip the song, though. Yeah. Metal Rain. This is just not a well-composed song. This part's fine. A little bit boring. Doesn't match the beat? Yeah. And like there's there's stretches of like nothing. I like it. The notes are all over the place. Like it's going like super high and then low and then like it's just a lot of bits that are just way too high, I find. Too many like instrumentals. Too many instrumental switch-ups. See, it's like there's too many instrumental switch-ups.
お疲れ様。初めてなのにすごいね。
Too many bits that are just like uncomfortably high. And like that don't really shouldn't be that high. So it killed you for absolutely. Kind of relax and then out of whack keys come wreck the vibe. Yeah, like there's a lot of like ding 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 ding. Like it's just like why is it so high? Yeah, it's I would say probably the worst composed song in this game. At least so far. Yeah. It's possible we'll come across a worse one, but that one is just... It kind of feels like there's bits that are like sort of complicated for the sake of being complicated rather than because it fits the song. Like a kid learning to play piano. Yeah, or a kid learning how to compose for the piano. Yeah, like like I will give it that. Her voice has potential. Yeah, she's got a lovely singing voice. I will give it this. It sounds like a song written by a teenager. Well, I don't know. You can believe it. You can believe it as a song written by an overachieving vocal student. Yeah, like I can kind of believe it as something written by an overachieving vocal student. But yeah, it's just... dissonant. There's a dissonance to it that does not feel like it fits. Anyway. But yeah. It's busy, but then there's bits that are like where there's just like you'll hit a note and then you've got like 3 seconds before you hit another note. Like it's busy, but also like there's parts where like some of the notes that you put here really should have been moved 30 seconds later to fill out this bit. So it'd be like ding, 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 ding. And yeah, it's unbalanced, it's dissonant, it's busy. It doesn't work. Alright, Vendredi, which would be Friday. Do you speak Japanese? No. No, I had this I had this discussion just a couple days ago on your. I know konnichiwa is hello, arigato is thank you, kawaii is cute, nani is what, usagi is rabbit, and that's about it. And that's where I run out. Oh, also, hi is yes. Just asking because I gave a video of this long thing and AI gave a video of this long thing in Japanese and I don't know what it's saying. I mean, if it's AI, it might not. If it's AI, it might not know what it's saying either, frankly. What can I say? Can I say numbers in Japanese? No, I don't know any numbers in Japanese. I was thinking of what to do over lunch when Torta asked me as if to make sure.
Chris, 日曜日って暇?
Chris, are you free on Sunday? I don't think I have any plans. Why?
最近おばあちゃんがクリスが来ないねってぼやいてたよ。呼ぶように言われたわけじゃないけど、そろそろ来てもいい頃なんじゃない?
Grandma's been talking about how you haven't been by lately, Chris. She didn't even tell me to invite you, but don't you think it's about time you visited? Oh, Nina. I guess I haven't been by lately. I know them ones. Nice.
全然来てなかったよ。年に数回しか来ないんだもん。ちょっと心配してたよ。
You haven't been by at all. Only a couple times a year. She's kind of worried. Oh. Last time must have been in the summer.
そういうこと。
That's right. Nina was Torta's grandmother, and she took care of me a lot when I was little. She had previously lived with Ari and Torta in their house, but when I was about 10 years old, she suddenly said she was going to live in Piova and moved there alone. She was a natural-born dilettante and loved music, and when she said she wanted to spend her remaining years here, the twins and their parents didn't protest much. You're a ninja? Nice. And now Torta was renting a room on the second floor. I still thought that was Nina's plan from the beginning.
それでどうする？
So, what do you want to do? I'll go if you put it like that.
よかった。おばあちゃんも喜ぶよ。
Good. Grandma will be happy. My fortel. I should probably bring it.
それはそうでしょう。フォルテールを聞かせてあげるのが顔見せみたいなものでしょ。
Torta and Ari are twins, apparently. I think that might have been mentioned earlier. Of course you should. Playing the fortel for her is equivalent to making an appearance. We've been doing nothing but practicing lately, but I guess it's fine. Yeah, I think it mentioned early on that they were twins.
仕方ないってね。本当に面倒だと思ってるなら持ってこない方がいいんじゃない？
You love this reading I do? Thanks. It does get hard on the voice. Well then, if you think it's so annoying, maybe it's best if you don't bring it? No, sorry. That's not what I meant. I'm just a little tired. Didn't remember. I mean, I didn't remember that they were twins. I knew they were sisters. I had forgotten that they were twins.
知ってる。そういう態度を取らないと照れ隠しができないんだよね。
I know. That's what you do when you're embarrassed, right? That's not it.
違わないの。とにかくフォルテールを持って私の家に集合でいいんだね。時間はどうする？
Yes, it is. Just meet me at my house with your fortel, okay? What time? Just after lunch would be good. Even if we do decide to play, it should only take 3 hours or so.
お昼は？食べていかないの？
What about lunch? Don't you want to eat with us? I can't ask that much of you two. I mean, I can't ask a grandmother to feed me? Bitch, Grandma will force the food down your goddamn throat. Grandmas live for feeding grandkids.
「私もおばあちゃんもどっちも気にしないのにね。
Nice inflection there. I do try. Neither myself nor Grandma minds. Even so. It's 3 o'clock.
しょうがないな。でも晩ご飯くらいは食べていくでしょ。その方がおばあちゃんも喜ぶし。
Buttercup was here earlier. Your grandma sure did, yep. Buttercup was here earlier to ask how long this game is gonna take. I told her I have no idea. Fine then. But you'll have dinner with us, right? That would make Grandma happy. If you insist.
わかった。なら日曜日ね。
And yeah, it is Tylenol time, yeah. Okay, see you Sunday. I promised torta and continued eating. Now, what should I do? And the practice rooms are not likely to have any story stuff, so let's check out the cafeteria. Are you okay for today, Torta?
何が?
For what? Practice. I was hoping we could.
もちろん大丈夫だよ。そんなのわざわざ確認しなくてもいいって。
Oh, of course I'm okay. You don't have to check like that. But what about your own practice?
私は家でも真面目に練習してるからね。それにどうせ曲も同じなんだから。
I practice seriously at home, too. Anyway, it's the same song. You practice seriously. Don't jump to the conclusion that I just rest all day. But it's true, isn't it? How do you know?
それくらいわかるよ。昔からそうだったもん。
I know that much. You've been like that forever. I like to think I've grown up a little.
それでも変わらないこともあるのよ。
Some things don't change. Saying this in a strangely moving way, Torta brought the subject to a close.
さて、じゃあ練習室に行こうか。
Now then, let's go to the practice rooms. Buttercup, now that you're here, your grandma's ever tried to feed you? Like, how would your grandmothers have reacted if you're like, oh, no need to feed me. Like, if they offered you lunch and you're like, oh, no, I'm good. Or would they have been like, you're eating this fucking lunch? You're eating this lunch if I have to strap you down and force it into your mouth. Eat anyway! Yeah. That's what grandmas do. Start offering different foods until I eat. I feel like there was something I was going to... I feel like earlier I thought of something I wanted to say, but I don't remember what it was. Like when I was on my way to the grocery store, I thought of something. That was like 4 hours ago now. 3.5 hours. Miss my grandma so bad. Grandma food. Maybe that's how I got chubby. Anyway, now then, let's go to the practice rooms. It didn't seem like she was making fun of me, so I followed quietly behind her.
さて、今日も頑張ろっか。
Okay, let's do our best today. Okay, now then. The sheet music.
あれね。
that. Mine would have force-fed me her apricot chicken and rice. She made it in a little toaster oven. She didn't have to. Grandma's usually a better cook. Baller cooks. I don't really remember much about, I don't really remember my grandmother, kind of thing, I don't really remember my grandmother trying to feed us that much. And that might just be because because my memory is bad. You're kidding.
今日もさ、前と同じでいいよね。
So today, the same as before is fine, right? Saying this, Torta pulled a single copy of the sheet music from her bag and placed it on the stand. You froze?
さあ、始めようか。
Alright, let's begin. Miss Tortanita?
忙しかったのよ。しょうがないじゃない。
I was busy. There's nothing I could do. We were poor. My mom didn't cook much. So when I went to Grandma's, I probably would eat a dirt sandwich. Yeah, because my grandparents were very up there in age. Come to think of it, my mom might have done the cooking when we were in Scotland. If we were at my grandparents' house, my mom might have still done the cooking, but just because my grandparents were very up there in age. My grandmother needed an oxygen tank and everything, so. I was busy, there's nothing I could do. But you said you'd have it next time.
そういうこともある。
These things happen. No.
今ここにないんだから仕方がないでしょ？
No. Well, it's not here now, so that's it. Are you angry at me?
いいから。たまにはこういうのもいいじゃない。
Come on now, what's wrong with winging it sometimes? It's not sometimes, it was the same last time.
だからそういうこともあるって。
Like I said, these things happen. And I said they don't.
ああ、もううるさい。いいから始めるよ。今更言ったって遅いんだから。
Oh, just shut up. Let's get on with it. It's too late now anyway. How ridiculous.
はい、練習ページ1から通すよ。
Okay, we'll practice from page 1. Fine. She'd never have enough time to copy the music, so we'd have to keep practicing like this. As I recall, this one is pretty decent. I believe this song's actually pretty decent. That dum 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 dum. Didn't have the right payoff. Yeah, that bit that's like dong 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 dong. The payoff of that, because it should have continued with the piano at that point. It kicked into like a drum bit, and it should have continued with a piano bit. As we practiced like this, the first thing I felt was nostalgia for the time when I wasn't thinking about my graduation recital or anything about the future. When playing the Portal and singing was just fun. It wasn't only that, of course. One of our goals was to get better. To give a great performance and be praised by a single girl. At some point, Torta's presence behind me felt like Arietta, and the next thing I knew I was performing totally naturally. Ari couldn't sing well, so she just watched quietly from behind me, so as to not get in the way. It used to make my neck tickle and I wanted to tell her to stop, but I always finished without saying anything. I'd turn around and as our eyes met, Ari would give a shy smile, as if asking for forgiveness, to which I could never say anything.
そろそろ時間かな。
It's about time. Torta said this while stretching and looking at the clock. Good work.
なんかさ、後半調子が良かったよね。もう気にならなくなった？
You were pretty good in the second half. It doesn't bother you anymore? No, I guess not.
じゃあ、まだシャフは急がなくてもいいかな。
Okay, so I don't have to hurry copying the music then. Miss Tortanita?
わかってるって。
That's cute, actually. That's cute. The full name. I do actually find that very cute. I know. What's with the pause? I'm being serious, okay?
さあね。でもさ、なんかクリスの後ろで歌うのって楽なんだよね。
Yeah, but it's so easy to sing behind you, Chris. Why?
正面から向かい合って歌うなんて恥ずかしいと思わない？
Don't you think it's embarrassing to face someone and sing? Being watched from behind is more embarrassing. He's trying to hook up with her sister's boyfriend. Hard to tell. I don't really think she is trying to. They're a good one. I think she probably does have feelings for him. Lisa does it creepier. Yeah. I think she probably does have feelings for Chris. But I don't think like she's actively trying to get with him. She,
それはそれ、これはこれ。
That's you. I'm talking about me. Just bring it next time, okay?
わかってるって。もう仕方がないな。
I said I know. You're such a pain. I should be the one telling you that.
じゃあクリスがシャフする？
So do you want to copy it, Chris? Please do it. I didn't actually mind copying it myself. But if I told her that, I felt like she'd be offended somehow, so I just couldn't.
よろしい。じゃあまた今度ね。
That's better. Okay, until next time. I'm counting on you next time.
任せておいて。
Leave it to me. Torta said this and laughed. Domenica, that's Sunday? Yeah. I had a quick lunch, slung my fortel over my shoulder, and went outside. I ignored the constant rain and hurried to Torta's house. The area of the house I was heading to existed alongside rows of apartments built for students like me. If Winnie rejects any advances, she'll say Chris passed the loyal boyfriend test. Probably. Good way of saving face. There were many charming old buildings, and the one that Nina brought to live here was no exception. That Nina bought to live here was no exception. It was pretty close to my apartment, so I could walk there in 5 minutes. So why the hell do you not go over more often, dickweed? Oh, I can get there in 5 minutes. And yet I never go. I walked toward the somewhat large building across the way, sandwiched between two thin alleys.
Hi!
Just a minute.
どうぞ。
Come in. I was greeted by a smiling Torta and went inside. Thank you for inviting me. I took a step into the room with its nostalgic smell. It was the kind of place that made me feel homesick every time I came.
クリスかい？
Is that you, Chris? I heard a chair creak and Nina called out to me. Yes, it's been a long time. Sat in a bentwood chair, Nina rocked slowly as she turned to face me.
もっと近くに。
Come closer. Yes, ma'am. I moved closer as she asked and touched her deeply wrinkled hand on the armrest.
大きくなったね。
You've gotten so big! It's only been half a year. I can't grow that fast.
またそんな大人びた口調して。
There's that adult tone again. She said this in a graceful voice and looked me in the eyes. No, the truth is she was just trying to look. Her narrow eyes couldn't open very wide and were clouded white. They almost couldn't see.
そうよ。似合わないのにね。
Right, it doesn't suit you. A long time ago I called Nina Grandma as Torta did, and she still talked about it like it was yesterday. I didn't mind being treated that way at all. But I was getting to the point where being treated like a child was humiliating. I was also at an age when I had to be polite to an extent. Anyway, it's been a long time.
いいんだよ。ポルテールを持ってきてくれてるってことは何か演奏でもしてくれるんだろ？
That's fine. You brought your fatelle. Does that mean you'll play for me? If you don't mind my fortel playing.
また上手くなってるんだろうね。
I'm sure you've gotten even better. Well, I can't make any guarantees.
毎回同じこと言って。クリスはもう少し自分に自信を持たなくちゃいけないね。
You always say the same thing. You need to have more self-confidence, Chris.
無理よ。だってこんなんで今までずっとやってきたんだから、そう簡単には変わらないって。
He can't. I mean, he's been like this for so long. He can't change so easily. Torta,
褒めてるのよ。
it's a compliment. Is it? Oh, thank you.
相変わらずだね。
You're the same as always.
言った通りでしょ。
Just like I said, right?
トルタもね。クリスの前だとどうしてそうも突っかかるのかね。
You too, Torta. You're always quarreling with Chris.
おばあちゃん。
Grandma.
ほら、今日は何を聞かせてくれるんだい？
Hey, you're going to play me something today, yes? If it's a song I've practiced. I answered her and started setting up my fortel. It only happened a few times a year, but playing at Nina's house like this had become customary. Nina also frequently went to performances at the concert hall, so it was a little embarrassing for students like us to perform for her. But Nina looked forward to my visits more than anything. So I told her about the happenings in my life, and then played the fortel.
それなら、この前弾いてくれた曲、あれは、なんて言ったかね。
That song you played for me last time. What was it called?
この前って、それだけじゃわからないよ。おばあちゃんのこの前は何年も前のことだっておかしくないんだから。
Last time. I need more information. Last time for you could be many years ago, Grandma. If so, then for now I'll try playing all the songs I've played here.
いつになく乗り気だね。めんどくさいとか言わないなんて偉いじゃない。
You're uncommonly eager. You didn't even complain. I'm impressed. I'm always serious.
そうだね。クリスはいつだって真面目だものね。
That's right. Chris has always been serious. Thunderstrike. Play Freebird. Yeah, exactly. Play Freebird! Freebird! Fuck yeah, Freebird. Alternatively, and now here's Wonderwall. Freebird is the song you request to heckle people. Wonderwall is the song that you play when you don't actually know all that many songs yet. Because it's a very easy song to learn. Anyway. Huh? No, I'm sorry. I told a lie. I expected Torta to complain, but being affirmed like that, I felt more guilty than embarrassed.
二人が演奏してくれるのなら、私は何でもいいよ。
If you two will play for me, anything is fine.
謝るくらいなら言わなければいいのに。
Don't say it in the first place if you're going to apologize. Your reply was too late, Torta.
人のせいにしないでよ。
Don't try to blame me. Torta elbowed me in the shoulder, then got ready to sing.
とりあえず簡単な反省練習は済ませてるから、こっちはいつでもいいよ。
I already did some light vocal warm-up, so I'm ready anytime. I'll be ready right away, too. Nina slowly leaned back in her chair, making herself comfortable in order to listen to the music. Even that behavior was nostalgic. Slightly regretting not visiting for so long, I vowed secretly to play more seriously than normal today, to make up for it. First, I lightly arranged my fingers on the keys and struck a chord. The clear sound at the fortale rang out in the room, and Nina faced me slightly. The house itself was large, and there wasn't anyone in the area that would complain about the noise. I repositioned myself slightly so Nina could hear better, and faced Torta. Except for practicing for the graduation recital, I almost never played with Torta apart from these occasions. That's why I was a little nervous. Anytime.
じゃあ、私も知ってる曲を適当にお願い。
Okay, just play anything I know. Alright. I let out a big breath and met Torta's eyes directly in front of me. We didn't particularly need a signal to start. I breathed in at the same time as her, then gradually struck the keys. So I guess I'm not going to have to play. I played popular songs we learned when we first came to the school. Nina was motionless as if she were sleeping, just letting the waves of music wash over her. But our repertoire of songs was exhausted in less than an hour, so all we could do was play songs we'd heard somewhere, or songs we learned when we were kids. Even so, it wasn't a problem as long as Torta knew the songs, but sometimes I would start to play a song she didn't know the lyrics to, and I could do nothing but keep playing, and Nina would laugh. Then Torta would get angry at me afterward. But those moments were fun too. I was able to just enjoy the music for the first time in a while. As the three of us rested after dinner, the time passed quickly. All we ended up talking about were the goings-on in my life. Nina wanted to know trivial things that I wouldn't talk about even to Torta, and we ended up talking until very late. It's getting late. I should be going.
クリス、今日は本当にありがとう。
Chris, thank you so much for today. Oh, I'm sorry I can't visit more. At some point, my tone had gone familiar, too. Every time I came, I tried to be polite, but I was always this familiar by the time I went home.
無理はしないで、好きな時に来ればいいんだからね。
Don't go out of your way. It's fine if you come when you want to. Yeah, okay. I answered honestly, without overdoing it. Nina nodded slowly and finally took my hand once again. If she had asked me to come again, I would have happily promised to. But Torta's and my relationship was complicated, so I just couldn't say myself that I'd come again.
じゃあ、また明日だね。
Okay, see you tomorrow. Standing in the doorway, Torta murmured at the end so only I could hear.
今日はありがとう。
Thanks for today. Yeah, see you tomorrow. I inhaled the nostalgic smell of the room deeply one more time and went outside. The falling rain was cold, so I put on my coat again and hurried home. You're late. I'm home. Sorry I'm late.
あるへの返事は間に合うの？
What about your reply to Ari? Do you have time? You're worried about our ensemble, Forney, not my reply to the letter.
うん。
Sorry, I'm pretty tired today.
もう、何言ってるのよ。さっさと返事書いて。
What are you talking about? Hurry up and write your reply. Thinking about tomorrow, it'll be all I can do to write the letter.
本当にダメなの？
What? We really can't play then? Next week, we'll play twice as much, forgive me.
せっかく待ってたのに。
I waited for you and everything. I'm really sorry about that.
いいだ。
Fine! I couldn't do anything about Forney. Maybe I could play with her a little tomorrow, even though it wasn't Sunday. I'm sorry, Forney. I didn't know if she could hear me, but I apologized quietly and decided to forget it for the time being. Now then. I did talk for a long time, but I was still full from dinner and was struggling to stay awake while I opened the letter. Looking at the neatly lined up letters gave me a feeling of relief, threatening to make me sleepy again. I wanted to relax a little, so I lay on the bed to read the letter.
クリス、そちらは今もやっぱり雨が降っているんでしょうね。
Sleep with one eye open yet. Chris, no doubt it's still raining there.
先週降った雨もすぐに止んで、またこっちは白々しいくらいのお天気です。
The rain here last week soon stopped, and the weather is almost shamelessly nice again.
止まない雨というのはどんな気分なのか、時々考えてみたりもします。
Sometimes I wonder how endless rain would make me feel.
もし少しだけでもこっちに分けてもらえるなら、喜んで引き受けてあげるのに。
Why is the screen making me feel weird right now? If I could take even a little of it here, I'd do so happily.
そんなこと言うなんてバカみたいだって笑うクリスの顔が見えた気がします。
I feel like I can see you laughing at me for saying something so silly, Chris.
でも、それが素直な気持ち。
But that's honestly how I feel.
卒業演奏のパートナーはどう？
How is the search for your recital partner?
やっ
Graduation
ぱり
recital
この
partner.
話題になっちゃうけど、今一番重要なことだから許してね。
I'm sorry to bring this up again, but it's the most important thing right now, so forgive me. Angles? Yeah, something about the angles is like just making me feel weird. Angles of depth. Yeah, I don't know. Just something about the layout of this screen just made me feel like really weird right now. Like it's hurting my eyes a little bit. Stroke. I'm sorry to bring this up again, but it's the most important thing right now, so forgive me.
別にトルタのことだけじゃなく、たとえ誰になったとしても、卒業に関わるような大切なことだもんね。
Even if it's not Torta, no matter who it is, your graduation is on the line, so it's important.
早くいい人が見つかって、練習にも身が入るといいね。
I hope you find someone good soon, and start practicing.
そればっかりじゃあまりにも寂しいので、今度は私の方の話も少し書くことにします。
Alright, I am adjusting to it. I am starting to get used to it. Okay, so it's not weird. It's not messing me up anymore. I'm getting used to it. It would be pretty sad to only talk about that, so I'll write about myself a little.
このパン屋に私が勤め始めたのは、クリスたちが学院に入ったのと同じ時期だから、もう2年半以上が経ったことになるね。
I started working at this bakery at the same time that you and Torta entered the music school, so it's already been over 2.5 years.
細かい報告はしていたけど、正式にはまだだったかな。
I might have mentioned some of the details before, but I don't think I told you officially yet.
とにかく今は私も最初から最後まで一人で焼くところまで任されるくらいになりました。
Anyway, I can bake bread from start to finish now. Man, that is weird how long that sentence is in Japanese and compared to English.
とっても忙しい毎日だけど充実していて、それだけはクリスにも負けないくらいだと思うよ。
I'm very busy every day, but it's fulfilling, and I think I'm working just as hard as you, Chris.
いつか私の作った美味しいパンをクリスに食べさせてあげられたらいいな。
I hope I can serve you some of the delicious bread I make someday, Chris.
その日が来るのを楽しみに待っています。
I'm eagerly awaiting that day.
アリエッタ。
Alright, there we go. Bread made by Arietta. I didn't really want to think about food with my full stomach, but I was sure I could manage that much. Forney. I set the letter by the bed and muttered. Wake me up a little early tomorrow. I can't even write a reply. At least 20 minutes left exactly. I buried my face in the pillow and was in dreamland in no time. Good night.
おやすみ。
起きなさーい。
Wake up! I felt like someone had said that into my ear. I hadn't slept off all my fatigue just yet. I didn't want to open my eyes yet, and I was drowsy. I just couldn't get up.
もう、クリスが起こせって言ったんでしょ？
Hey! You told me to wake you up, Chris. Ugh. I opened my eyes slowly and saw Forney standing angrily by the bed. Morning. Is it that time already? I looked past Forney's angry face to the clock on the wall. It's just a little after 9:30. I can sleep for another 30 minutes.
だから、クリスが言ったんじゃない。
You told me to wake you up, Chris. She said this and pulled hard on my ear. That being said, it was the strength of a tiny fairy. It didn't hurt very much.
起きなさい。
Get up right now! Okay, stop screaming in my ear.
だいたい、まだあるへの手紙、書いてないんでしょ？
You haven't even written your letter to Ari yet, have you? Oh! That reminded me that I was at Nina's house so late last night that I just fell asleep after reading the letter. As my memory returned, I searched my pillow for the letter, but it wasn't there.
手紙なら、クリスがくしゃくしゃにしないように、机の上に置いておいたよ。
If you're looking for the letter, I put it on the table so you wouldn't crumple it up, Chris. Oh, thanks.
ほら、早く起きて手紙書いて、今日もしっかり練習してらっしゃい。
Now, hurry and get up, write the letter, and practice properly today. That tone, it reminds me of someone. No, maybe it was like that since I met her. What she was saying reminded me completely of Torda. Whatever. Thanks for waking me up anyway.
もう、クリスは私がいないと何もできないんだから。
You couldn't do anything without me, Chris. Not anything?
何も。
Not anything. I see. I was thinking of doing an ensemble with you today after I got home. But if you say things like that, I don't think I want to.
嘘だ。
You weren't thinking that. No. It's okay if you think I was lying. I was just thinking that would be nice, but I don't want to anymore. Huh? I thought she'd apologize right away and be done with it. Why are you being stubborn?
貼ってないもん。
I'm not. I think the way you're talking is evidence that you're being stubborn. Maybe I had been too mean to her since yesterday. I started to feel kind of bad for her and decided to give in. Okay.
いいだ。
Okay, I'm sorry. It's fine. Forney was angry, but I couldn't help thinking it was a little cute. While contemplating how much longer I would leave her to stew, I decided to finish my original goal of writing a reply to Ari. I stood and walked towards the desk, but Forney whispered something behind me. What?
なんでもない。
Nothing. What? Just say it.
だからなんでもないって。
I said it's nothing. Forney didn't really want to say it, but I thought I understood. She probably wanted me to lift her to her favorite seat on the windowsill. Here.
あ、
I put 2 fingers under her arms and popped Forney on the windowsill.
ちょっと。
Hey! This is what you want, right?
いいけどさ。
It's fine, but... Listen, I'm sorry about yesterday and being mean before. But about not being able to do anything alone, I think everyone is the same in that regard. Though I'm sure if you didn't wake me up, Forney, I'd oversleep more. But if I don't pick you up, you couldn't get up high, could you, Forney? No. So I think you were a little wrong saying I couldn't do anything. Regardless, it takes 2 to make an ensemble.
もう、わかったよ。
Okay, I get it. Thanks. Now, I'll write that letter. Forney lowered her eyes to look out the window and hummed as she often did when she was happy. That relieved me, so I pulled a blank sheet of paper from the drawer and moved to the table. It was good that Ari seemed to be doing well. I felt like she used to write often about how hard it was at first. I wrote complaints about how I couldn't get used to the school too, but now I'd made it this far. You could say it was because of the support of people like Forney, Torta, and even Asino and Miss Cordell. I was sure Ari had people like that too. They didn't appear much in her letters, but I started writing the letter thinking about Ari's friends. Rage Against the Fae.
終わった？そろそろ時間だよ。
Are you finished? It's almost time. Forney had totally cheered up and told me this while looking at the clock. It's okay, I'm done. If I get ready and go, I'll be just on time. Thanks for waking me up.
やっぱりクリスには私がいないとね。
You really do need me, Chris. It seemed like she had changed her way of speaking a little compared to before. Death foretell? I could do nothing but agree. Yeah. I laughed while I answered and got ready to leave. Okay, see you later.
いってらっしゃい。今日は早いんでしょ？
Have a good day. You'll be early today, right? Maybe. But even if I'm late, I'll keep my promise.
わかってる。
Yeah, I know. As usual, I finished my daily practice and spent some time with Torta in the cafeteria. Now then, what to do today? Not a lot of things to do, so let's do cafeteria again, I guess.
さてと、今日も練習始めよっか。
Alright, let's start today's practice. You're kidding, right? Right?
本気だとしたら？
If I'm not? Have we heard her? No, I don't think we've heard Forney sing. I'll be mad, of course.
さすがに今回は持ってきてるよ。
Don't worry, I brought it this time. Good. Torta brought another copy of the sheet music out of her bag and set it on a chair after looking at it for a while.
じゃあ始めようか。
Alright, let's begin. Okay, I kind of love that she's like, yeah, I'd still rather do it this way. You're doing this on purpose. You are, aren't you?
もちろんわざとだよ。でもさ、なんかこうしてるのにも慣れちゃったから。クリスだって慣れちゃったでしょ？
Of course I am. But I kind of got used to doing it this way. You're used to it too, aren't you, Chris? I am used to it, but...
ならいいでしょ？
Then it's fine. No, it's not.
本当にダメ？
Is it really no good? Yeah.
絶対にダメなの？
Is it definitely no good? Torta looked at me as if asking for forgiveness. It was just like Arietta's old expression. No, definitely is a bit strong.
ならいい？
So, can we? No, not that.
じゃあダメなの？
So, we can't? I mean, it's not bad, but... Alright, you win. Just don't make that face!
はいはい。その代わりいいんだよね。
Yeah, as long as I can stand behind you. Manipulative little bitch! I like that, actually. It's like, no, we're doing things the way I want to do them. You don't have a choice in the matter. Huh? How did you turn things around so quickly to suit you?
クリスがいいって言ったんだからね。
Because you said it was okay, Chris. I did say that, but...
ほんと男の子ってこういうのに弱いんだね。
She's sly and... You boys are so bad about these kinds of things. Tell you this right now. She wouldn't get away with that shit with me.
「春にこんな顔されるといつも仕方なさそうにうなずいてたもんね。
The rain has soaked her brain. I call bullshit. Whenever Ari made that face at you, you always just nodded to her. Wait, I'm sure Ari doesn't think like that.
そういうこともあるかもね。
Maybe, you never know. No, I trust Ari.
信じすぎて後で傷つかないようにね。
Don't trust so much that you get hurt later. So, shall we start?
はいはい。
Okay! I arranged my fingers in the Fortel's keys, doing my best not to notice her behind me. We'd played this many times before, so Torta knew the timing. I started playing the Fortel, taking the lead. Good, they don't make you play it again. Routine is a scary thing. I was now able to play the Fortel without being distracted. It must have been easier for Torta as well, because her singing was very good. Even I was able to play without faltering, despite only having practiced together a few times. If there is such a thing as chemistry, there was no question ours was good. The fuck does she know that we don't? Probably that Ari is, that Ari knows how to get what she wants out of Chris. Girls just know how to play men. Girls just know how to play guys, you know? Has a boyfriend at the bakery? I mean, I doubt that.
今日も疲れたね。
Today was tiring too. Yeah, at least I was sitting down. Must be pretty hard for you to stand the whole time, Torta.
慣れてるから大丈夫よ。それよりもそれだけ長い時間一箇所に座ってる方が私としては辛そうな気もするんだけどね。
It's fine, I'm used to it. It seems to me that it would be harder to sit in one place for that long. Huh. I suppose it's something you get used to.
だね。じゃあ片付けて出ようか。
Yeah. Okay, let's clean up and go. Saying this, Torta picked up the sheet music from the chair. Huh?
何？
What? Did you write something on that?
当たり前じゃない。練習しながら楽譜に何か書き込まないわけないじゃない。
Odd. Everyone's odd. Of course I did. Who doesn't scribble on sheet music during practice? When?
クリスは一度も後ろを振り返らなかったからね。私のことなんか忘れてたんじゃない？
You didn't look back even once. Did you forget I was there? No, I was just that focused on practice.
嘘。知ってるよ。
I know, I was kidding. This wasn't her sobbing routine from before, but it was a face I couldn't get angry at. This is why girls are so scary. They are scary! Now, let's go! Yeah. Somehow I felt that I was being twisted around toward his little finger, doing whatever she wanted today. But at the same time I felt nostalgia, and my cheeks were flushed with warmth before I knew it. Girls are scary because they're cute and they know how to use it. Well then, what should I do next? I mean, we've only got one option, it looks like, and that's to practice with, what's her name? But I feel like this is a good place to end for today. Yeah. Are you recording tonight? I don't know. Maybe I'll do some more 2000s cartoon intros. Maybe I'll finish off the Max. Haven't decided yet. You'll find out near the end of the month, I guess. Because I think I've got like a 3-week buffer right now, so... Killing Heidi. Ooh, maybe I could do new pornographers. Jack, I choose violence. That's true, there is that one. Jax. Anyway. I'll figure it out later. I'll figure it out after I get the lights off for a little bit. Lights get a bit bright, so I'll figure it out in a bit. But for now, tomorrow I will be going over to my mom's. Not sure what time I'll be back. So, don't know what time I'll be on tomorrow. But, thanks for watching. And good night, everybody.